Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, 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 everyone. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. It's good to be here tonight. Good to be here tonight. It's good to be here tonight. Okay. Welcome, everyone. I want to be retouching these 5 beauty images on this live stream tonight, and I hope you guys follow me through on it. It's going to be a wonderful session. I bet. I promise you it's going to be wonderful. Okay. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm waiting for people to join. I'm waiting for people to join. I'm waiting for people to join. Okay, let me share the link now. Let me share the link for people to join. Let's have people join before I start. The PSD of the one you have done, remove it. Then you do that, baby. Okay, let me share the link. Okay. I'm going to be retouching these beauty pictures. On this. Huh? Oh, network, please. I don't want this tonight. Oh. Talk out. Yes, please. Oh, no need. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I don't know where you are watching from, but anyway, just good evening, good morning. So I'll be retouching this. I'll be retouching these 5 images on Photoshop, and I will do my best to ensure that I didn't use actions or plugins. Yeah, I will use maybe one or two actions that probably you guys have, but I'm not use serious ones that I know you guys might not have. All right, I will try and use something that I know you guys could have. That's what I'm going to do. All right. So welcome. I've posted it. Okay. Now look at this picture. I feel okay. Let's see what could be wrong with this lighting, and I think one could be highlights. It has so much highlight. And I think I might want to reduce the highlight. I think I want to reduce the highlight on the face, and to do that, I'm just going to go to highlights on this camera raw setting. I'll drop the highlights down significantly because it's just too much. It's too much. Okay. Then after dropping the highlights, as I'm doing it, please feel free to ask questions. This is like one-on-one tutorial, but it's not one-on-one. But you can ask question on the live chat. I cannot check the group chat like this because I'll be distracted. So on the live chat on YouTube, you can ask question and I'm going to answer everything. Okay. So I'll drop the highlights and then I'll drop the white a little. That's okay. And I'm not sure I want to pop the shadow because I feel the the shadow, the burning part, it's actually okay. It makes the picture, it creates some, some nice looking, it makes it look nice, kind of. So, but let me see if I can increase the shadow a bit, just a bit, not too much. Let's see the before and the after. Is the before and the after, right? So the next thing I'll do is I'll go to this max, and I'm going to max out this skin. All right. Now, if I go to this max on camera raw, it's also on Lightroom as well. If I go to this max, and I'm just going to wait for the AI, there is an AI on this camera that actually identify the subjects, and of course it marks out the skin. Capture One also has that AI as well as Lightroom. So I use the anyone I'm using to color grade before I start retouching. I just use it. So I'm going to select. It has dictated it has dictated it. Okay, so I'll select the facial skin and the body. All right, so I think the facial skin and the body is, I think that's okay. Let me click on create. Let me allow this song a little so that you guys can enjoy it. So now after doing that, I'll come to this shadow. I'm going to pop the shadow. That's, I've popped the shadow of the skin. It's only going to work on the skin alone. As you can see, only the skin. I love this max. It's it's really, really great. Let me put the exposure to 0. Okay, so I'll drop the highlights. Is only applying to the skin. Okay, just the skin. I'll drop the highlight and increase the shadow. As you guys can see, I think it's looking good like this. All right, let's see the before and the after. Wow, so I think that's good. So now I'll come to the general picture here, and I'm going to pop the exposure, not too much. So before and after, I think I am good with that. 1 second. So I think I'm good with that. So let's go to the next girl. For this one, I'll just drop the highlights significantly. Okay, I'll drop the highlights. It's too much. Let me drop the highlights more. I want to really, I think what I should do should only be on her skin. I don't want to do the background. All right, so I'll come to this max here, and you guys should listen close because some magic is going to happen here and you're going to be surprised. I want to darken that background and probably our clothes. So I'll select the model, and then I'll wait for it. So I will select just the facial skin and the body. Okay, then I will click create. So what I'll do is I'll drop the highlight on the skin, not too much, and I'll pop the shadow. I think I'll pop the shadow like this. All right, I'll not drop the highlight too much. So I'll come to this max again. Max, let me add another one. Select background. I'm going to wait for you to select the background. So I want to darken that background. I could actually do this on Photoshop, but I think if I could just rectify it from camera, it makes my work a lot easier. So I'll click on background here. And if it's affecting everything. I want it to only affect the background. No, Let me go back to the normal general picture. Then if I come here to the max again, I click on max, background. Still not selecting the background. I think I can select 2 aspects of the picture at a time. Alright, so we just do it in general way. I think Lightroom does that more easy. It's better off on Lightroom. So here's the before and here is the after. Alright, let me increase the highlight a bit so that it will not be looking funny. And for that skin, I want to really pop the shadow, but I've popped it finished, so the black area I'll just no, it's affecting the whole thing. Okay, I'll just increase the exposure a bit, and I'll drop the highlights. Picture is looking a bit problematic, so maybe I'll just fix the rest on Photoshop. Then let's go to this third model. For this, I'm just going to drop the highlights drop the highlights. Then I'll come to the skin also. I'll wait for it to locate the subject, and I'm going to, as I'm doing this camera roll, you guys free to ask questions and I will ensure I explain. Okay, and if you don't know why I do what I do, why I did it in the way I did it, I'm going to answer. Okay, so I'll select it, and I want it to only max out the skin for me, the facial and the body skin, and then max these 2 out, and I'll click create, and I will pop the shadow, and I'll drop the highlight a bit. Okay, then as for this dark skin girl, let's wait for it to, I don't want to do anything even on this background because it looks good already, so I'm just going to work on the skin alone. I'll click on the face, then I'll select the facial skin and body. Alright, then I'll click on create. So it has maxed out the skin for me, and this maxing is looking very good. It's looking really perfect. So I'll pop the shadow on the skin. I'll pop the shadow. I don't want to drop the highlight too much because it kind of creates that beauty for the, so let me expose it, drop the highlights. That's too much. Okay, I think, yeah, that's good. There's the before and the after. Alright, then I'll go to the last girl here. I will increase the shadow of the general picture, not too much, and I will reduce the highlights. So let me go to this singing marks also. I love it so much. I don't know why I love it, but I do. I said that several times. You know, when something just works for me, I just stick to it. I'm no day. You found what works, stick to it. Someone said, what business can I do with 5 million naira or $3,000? And I said to the person that, what did you do that earned you that 5 million naira? Maybe you should keep doing that thing. Because if you don't know what to do with 5 million, there are chances that you didn't even make that money yourself. Okay, so I'm going to, so when you find what works, just stick to it. Alright, I'm going to pop the shadow, then I'll drop the highlights. Yeah, so here's the before. Oh, okay, I think I'm good with that. Let's see the before and after. Before, no, after. This after, and this before, after. Alright, so I think I'm good. We'll be fixing the rest on Photoshop. So I'm going to press Ctrl or Command A, and I'll open the pictures on Photoshop. That makes sense. I'll wait for the pictures to load. Like I said, I have many plugins, actions that I can use to fast track this, but I'm not going to use them. I'm just going to use the one that you guys probably have. Okay. Now I'm using Photoshop 2020, and I'm sure you might be surprised at why 2020, because it will be very smooth, it's very fast. it makes my work go faster. Plus I'm live streaming on the same computer I'm using to edit, so it's consuming graphics, and if I'm using 2025 it's going to like slow down the system, and I don't want that because slow system actually frustrates me. Let me start with this fine girl here. I think man, this cropping is good. I'll just make sure content aware is selected, and I'll hit enter. If you know someone that should be on this live stream, share them the link, because I'm going to be I'm going to be answering a lot of questions and explain why I do what I do, and we'll both learn and grow so that I can learn from you guys also. Alright, let's proceed. With this background layer, I'll press Control, background layer selected, Control or Command J to duplicate the layer. Then I will start by zooming it in. First of all, fixing the background. Fix the background. I think that's okay. Then this distraction here, I'll pick my clone stamp tool and I will fix it like this. Okay, so let me go straight to removing the blemishes on the picture, and to do that I'm going to use spot healing tool. I like to make my process seamless and less complicated. Okay, so I'll use the simplest of the simplest tool to use. No something very heavy, no something strange that you cannot relate to.
Let's go.
All right. Okay, yeah, I think that works. Now these are chain line. I think I want to remove it. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with it. Ooh, let me use patch tool. Let me undo that and use patch tool. As you can see here, this is where your patch tool is. Okay, but may I have a shortcut. Now I advise you guys to like set the shortcuts to most of your tools that you use all the time. Kind of make it fast when you're working. Now I've created some issues here, so I hope I'm able to fix it inside frequency separation. Okay, look at that, looking good. All right, are you guys following me? I'm going to remove some vein in her eyes. I'm going to remove this vein. Okay. Yeah. So we remove the blemish and it's just looking good already. Now, what I will do next is frequency separation. I'm going to make it, seamless, and it's going to be easy. So I'm using Beauty Retouch, and I'm just going to click on Gaussian Blur. No, via media. Sorry, you can use media. You can use Gaussian Blur. And if you are just joining this live streaming, you are welcome. I'm happy to have you. Feel free to ask any question. I'm going to answer. Trust me. In the live chat, drop your question. If you drop it on the group, I might not see it because I'm focused on my computer right now, so I'm not sure I'm going to see it. So it's better on the live chat because I can sit down right in front of me, and I'm going to explain why I do what I do and what I'm doing next. Okay, so let's go to frequency separation. If you have frequency separation action, you can use it. Any frequency separation action, not any, but most popular frequency separation action works. So I'm going to use media. You can use media or Gaussian blur, but anyone is fine for your beauty retouch. Anyone is actually fine, but let me use media because that's what I love. Now I don't know about you guys, but me, I love media because media normally it creates some edges. No, it makes, when you are brushing on the skin, it makes sure the edges are not really obvious. I'm going to pick radius of 3. Most of my beauty pictures I use 3. I don't even bother zooming. I just know 3 works for most beauty. Now int OK, and that's it. Now in this editing this picture, because it's beauty, I'm going to be using portraiture in the process. If you guys don't have portraiture, I made a video. I skip that in blemish removing. I made a video how you can add portraiture to your Photoshop, and also an action that you can use, blah blah blah. So what I will do first is I want to correct the skin tone. I open the FS layer, see correcting tones. So all those dark parts, or the one that has another color on the skin, that's what we want to correct. Click on brush. I'll make the float. I'll drop the float to 3, opacity 100, everything checked, and I'm going to select on the brighter part, and I'll strategically paste on the darker part. It's better when your brush is bigger because it makes the painting easy. Now in this painting, you don't want to do too much, okay? Just want to be subtle about it. Now that one is too much, so I'm going to clean the edges here because it has spill out. And I'm going to pick my brush on these edges. Okay. And that's it. So I think I'm good because you don't want to do too much, okay? Yeah. So I'll reduce the opacity. So like, let's do 90. Let's see the before and the after. Easy peasy, innit? Let me do this eye bag, but I won't do much on it. Just a little. If your model or your client is looking good, don't do too much. Just a little, okay? I'll duplicate this correcting tone layer. Then the second layer, I'm going to change the blending mode to color. It's not always necessary, but sometimes it works fine. It makes the picture blend in with the colors, okay? And the next thing I want to do, like I want to make this picture as natural as possible. All right. The next thing I'll do is add portraiture. Now, to add portraiture, you have this high frequency. I have an action that can actually automate this process. If you guys check my channel, you will see a video accelerates frequency separation processes by using portraiture. I have an action I gave out that you can just click and automatically like do this for you. But for the purpose of now, I'm going to do it manually. I have the high frequency, and I'll merge my layer, Shift, Control, Alt E, and I will on my high frequency back. So I'll go to filter. Why this selected? This is where I'm going to use my mixer brush. Why this is selected, I'll go to filter, Imaginomic Portraiture 4. I won't do anything on this. I'll just leave that default and I'll hit enter. Okay, sorry. Yeah, okay, enter. Anyone you like. So as you can see, portraiture has been added. Alright, let's see the before and the after of portraiture. So what I will do is this mixing layer, I'm still going to reduce the opacity after, but then I will mix on it first. So what I'll do is pick my mixer brush. You can copy what is here: wet 80, load 75, mix 90, flow 100. So I'm just going to like mix the skin. Don't skip this part though, okay? You want to mix it strategically. You don't want to do too much, because if you look at this model, she looks good already. So you just want to like do just bare minimum. Don't turn her to cartoon, because that's not what she is. Alright, just going to mix it little by little. Little by little. The idea is just to create a smooth transition between highlight and shadow. Okay, Okay, I think I'm good with that. I'm gonna mix it here little by little. Alright. As you can see, I didn't do much. I just little, not too much. I see a lot of pictures that people just plaster people's skin. Anyway, if the skin is not so good, you want to like make the transformation to be really huge. However, if the skin is not that bad, you can just do little. Just do little. I could have been playing Bedu on this live streaming, but YouTube will not allow you. If you play anybody's song like this, now voila. That's how we're playing song. I think that makes sense also. So I think I'm good. We say aye. So that's it. Let's see the overall before and the after. Wow, looking good, isn't it? It's looking good, isn't it? Okay. So now this mixer, whatever, I'm going to reduce the opacity. Not too much. I'm going to reduce the opacity. I think that works. So here is the before and the after. As you can see, we didn't do too much and it actually makes sense. Now you want to make, you can actually make everywhere here look perfect, smooth, but it makes her look artificial, and I bet you don't want that. Okay, now all these places like this, you can come to this high frequency, pick your clone stamp tool and you can fix it. But usually me, I like to leave flaws. I'm not a perfectionist anyway, so I like for flaws to still show, but not too much, just minor flaws, so that it looks realistic. It doesn't look like it's not a skin again. It doesn't look plastic. That makes sense, right? Just a little. So the next thing, I'm going to brighten the eye. I actually created a tutorial and action on eye and lips and lips, but I did not post it all this while. I'm having a lot of messages and I can't reply now. I cannot post it now because I didn't finish up with the action. So I think this week hopefully I'm going to drop the video. But in the meantime, in between time, let me just play my eye whitening action. I can actually demonstrate the process here. Whitening eye is not a big deal, but because of time, and I'll drop the tutorial this week, so you guys stay tuned. So now this my action, once I play it, it's whiten the eye and teeth. I'll reduce the opacity and flow to 100, and I will just whiten the eye. That's too much, so I'll reduce the opacity. So now the lips, what do I do about the lips? I'm going to pop the lips. I have lips and eyeshadow also pop. Like I said, the tutorial will be dropping soon, so you guys should stay tuned. Okay, so I just do that, then this eyeshadow also. Alright, so I think I'm good with it. Should we dodge and burn this picture? Let's just do a little dodging and burning. Okay, let's do a little. make your flow 100, your opacity, your flow 3 opacity 100. Then you want to brighten the bright parts, darken the dark parts. Dodge and burn is not a problem at all. So no need to select anywhere, just pick your brush, and then all those places that are meant to be bright, you just stylishly brighten them. Alright, just stylishly do it. You don't want to do too much. Okay, then burn. If you don't have to do dodge and burn very well, it kind of give you beauty. It makes beauty picture actually really cool. It makes it really, really nice. Okay, so I'm just going to do it on the face. I'm not going for the body. However you want your brush to be, you can change it here, but I think I'm okay with it being cyclical. Alright, so let's see the before and the after. Now I think it's too much, so what I will just do is I'll reduce the opacity. Let's see the before and after. Let me reduce opacity to like 60. Before and after. Okay, so I can delete the help layer. Oh, just up. Okay, so I think I'm good with that. So the next thing is, let me just color grade this picture, and let me just do manual color grading. There are skin law, there are ways I could do it, but I'll just do it manually. In this Photoshop, you can use solid color, you can use gradients and all those. I just like simple. I don't like it complicated. So let me just go here to solid color. But before I go there, let me pick my brush and select one sweet part in our skin. Brush, one sweet part. Let me go to the solid layer. Any sweet part in our skin, then I go back up. I go to solid color. That color already selected. Now I click on OK. Now you can still change it however you like. Okay, so we can always select the skin, and let me select the subjects. There's actually a technique to select only the skin, but I don't want to use that one here because I want to do something that we can always easily do. So this solid color, will change it to color. So we go into color, then we invert it by pressing Ctrl or Command I. I think it applied on the background, so we press Ctrl Command I again, so it has applied on the subject, but we don't want it on the entire subject. Plus we don't even want this color, we want a light skin color. So you can play around here until you find a color that pleases you. This is too much, and this process can be very it can be kind of funny. See, you can even turn out to a dark skin like this. So it can be funny. You want to like ensure that you pick the right color. All right, let me click OK, and then I'm going to clean it off the eyes and the mouth. Actually, what I'm doing right now is playing around because I want to like go through many techniques I know could work. I'll clean it off the eyes, the eyebrows. Yeah. So as you can see, that color is not actually flowing well with our skin. Okay, so let me look for other colors. That's too much. Let me press OK. I'm kind of liking this, but I am not liking the edges and everything. So if I drop the opacity a little, it creates some good colors for me. Alright, here's the before and here's the after. So let's put the opacity at 55. Here's the before and here's the after. As you can see, I didn't use plugin. I didn't use any automatic color grading processes and everything. I did not. I want to clean it off the lips. Alright, so as you guys can see, it's looking good. So the last thing I'll just add is vibrance. Alright, now after color grading, I think I want to drop this frequency separation fold. I want to drop the opacity. Let me drop it to like 90. Let's see, because I like it to look natural. Okay, then the last thing is I'm going to add a bit of vibrance. Okay, I'll come to this icon here. I'll add some colors. And that's it. Let's see the before and after. Here's the before and here's the after. So what do you guys think? Do you have any question in this regards? Every process I use, no plugin. Okay, just beauty retouch, but it's just normal thing we use on frequency separation. Before and the after. Here's the before and the after, right? Nothing so spectacular in the process. Very, very easy. So I've saved that PSD. So let's go to the next image, which is this beautiful model here. First of all, I'm going to crop it. If you guys have any question on the previous one, please, you can ask. Okay, I will hit enter to crop it. Let us fix this background first. Let's fix this background. Let me duplicate the layer, and then this background, how can I fix it? I'm going to select that background. Let me select subject and inverse. That's a long story, man. Now I'm just going to mix this background here. I am using mixer brush just to smoothen that background. So I think I'm good. Then firstly, let me remove the blemishes. I'll do that with spot healing tool. Don't do something complicated. All right, just easy way, easy peasy, no stress. All those long action, all those this, all those that. If you can know the manual process and the fastest way of doing it, I think it works better. So then by the time you get plugins that has all this action, it only makes your work faster. All right, so there's no complication now. All this, please, I'll just fix it. Okay. All right. Now let's deal with the hair. I'll click on my clone stamp tool, and I'll sample anywhere closer, and I'm going to like click the hair. Okay. Let me make it hard a little. Let me make it hard, so that it preserves the edges of the hair. Doesn't give me soft edges. We've messed up these edges, but we'll fix it. We'll create a problem to fix one problem. This inside there, let me use brush. I'll just paint on this side so that it's not so obvious. Alright, so let me pick patch 2, and then all these edges I'm just going to circle it out. Alright, so I think we are good. Now I'm going to liquefy this air so that it's going to balance. Alright, so let me go to filter liquefy, because that air edges and shapes are not so good. I'll pick on this first one and I'll just adjust it. And that's it. I'll hit enter. So now that we are here, next thing to do, is frequency separation, right? Let's just go straight to frequency separation. Via media, like I said, I hit 3 as radius, enter. Okay, and I'll open this drop down menu. I click on this brush. And now what I want to do is this correcting tone is sample brighter parts and paint the darker parts. The flow will be 3. Just going to brush on those parts that are dark. Okay. This high bag is a bit problematic. Alright. So I'm going to duplicate. Let me reduce this correcting tone. Let's see the before and the after. Let me reduce it to like 90. And I'll duplicate it. And I'll change the other one to colors. So here's the before and here's the after. That makes sense, isn't it? Okay, then next thing is I'll apply portraiture. And to do that, like I said, you guys can check out this my action on portraiture inside FS. It's so easy, makes your work faster, and that's it. But I demonstrated the manual process. As you can see, what else do you guys think I should do on this picture? Just that small process. I've not even mixed and it's already looking good. Okay, so I'm going to pick my mixer brush. I'll reduce it, then all those places here I'm just going to mix it a little. Okay. Just mix it subtle by subtle, little by little. Nothing complex, nothing complicated. And that's it. I want it to look as natural as possible. I think the idea of beauty picture is retain the beauty. It's not to make them beautiful. Retain the beauty while removing the flaws. So I don't think we should be transforming people's face to something else. I think that makes sense. Alright. So I'm just going to reduce the overall of the figure separation. Let's use like 90. Alright. So the lips, what do we do? The lips and the eyeshadow. Let's use vibrance to pop it. Alright. Well, let me use hue saturation. Okay. Now, if you click on that side, you see it's ready. So I'll drag it up more, but it's too much. So I will invert it by Control or Command I. So we are going to paint on the eyes and the lips. Sometimes you hear things like you want to pop the eye, go to saturation, no, you don't need all those. You just want to pop it. There is no twerking of colors. Just want to make it pop. Alright, so let me reduce that a bit. Now I want to like darken these eyebrows, and to do that I'm going to use cuff. I'm going to drag it down a lot, and I will invert Control Command high. Now all these processes can be done with an action, but I don't want to use an action. This is already too much, so when we are done we'll just reduce the opacity. So I will reduce the opacity here. Okay, and I'll click on the layer and I'll feather it. So here's the before and here is the after. Nothing too much, nothing too scary. So to make the colors to be uniform, match colors, I'm going to do it manually again, and I will use solid color. Let me see part of our skin that is really popping. Let me go to our solid skin, hold Alt, and I'll sample one nice. I think I'm good with this. Alright, then let's go to solid color. I'll hit enter, then I'll change it to color. Okay, so now it has been here. I will turn it off and I'll select the subject. Okay, select subject. Now when the subject is selected, are you guys feeling me? Turn this on, and then you can do Control or Command I. It selected the background, so just do Command I again and select the subject. Now it's already on all of our body and everything, so we'll clean it off our body and our hair. Okay, so a pick brush, eraser, my bad, and you clean it off the body. Why eraser not the increase size? So I'm just going to clean it off the hair and the body, of course on the eyes and the lips. Clean it off the eyeshadow pop. Now it's looking weird, right? But trust me, we are still going to like adjust it. Okay, so it's looking too much, right? I'll reduce the opacity to 70. All right, so how do you guys see this? Let's see the before and the after. Now this color grading might be too much again, so I'll reduce it to 60. Alright, let's do 50. It's still too much to me. 50. There's the before and there's the after. Nothing too much. Alright, so let me color grade it further. I'm going to use levels to make it, to create the contrast. I'm not going to dodge and burn this picture. I'm not going to do dodge and burn. I'll just create levels, and then I'll come to this default and see contrasts too. Now that's a bit too much. Let me do contrast 1. I think I'm good. Then I'll just add vibrance. Yeah, not too much though. So I think I'm okay, right? I think I'm okay. Vibrance has actually taken care of these highlights. So to furthermore reduce this highlight, we can come to the FS, and then on that highlight I can still brush mix on it to reduce it, because the highlight here is looking extreme. Okay. Because that highlight was too much. It looks like there was torchlight on avoid. Okay, so that's it. Here is the before and here is the after. So furthermore, I want to like tweak this dark part. So I'm going to go to that levels again. And I'll come to red from this RGB and I'll increase this a little. Alright, let's see the before and the after. So as you guys can see, it's looking, it's not looking good. So that is how I will stop for this particular picture. I think let me just save it. So let's go to the next beauty picture. Alright, the next beauty picture. Okay, this is fine, good looking model. So first thing first, we crop. I'm going to crop. Oh my goodness, I'm going to crop this. Like, I don't want the clothes to show at all. So I think this makes sense. I think this makes sense. This background is looking funny. I'm not sure I like it. So let me fix her hair first, then we'll go to that background. I'll select my clone stamp and come here. I want to fix that hair first. So I think I'm good with that. So how do we fix this background of it? First of all, let me select the background. Select subject, and I'm going to invert it to in order to pick the background. Now select inverse. So what do we do to this background? I want to make it like a solid background. So let me do this solid color and make it black. To reduce it a little, and I think that works. So what do you guys think? Does this work? think this works. So I think this is not bad. All right, let's go. Next thing, let me merge the layer. Shift Ctrl Alt E, and I will pick my spot alien tool, and my phone is just blinking. I'm just going to remove the blemishes like this. I think the edges are not so perfect. We'll just go with this. Okay. Yeah, I think that's okay with the blemishes. Then next up, frequency separation. Alright. So I will hit this via media because I like media. Okay. And I'll use 3. I'll press OK. So next thing, open the folder and go to our correcting tones. Then we'll go to, I'll pick, let me reduce this flow to 3, opacity 100. Then I'm going to select the skin. The way I retouch several beauty pictures, I think it's easy for anyone to just catch the processes because I use the same process for everything pretty much, and it just makes sense. But this guy is having a lot of color differences, a lot of shadow side, highlight side, so I have to correct the tones by brushing on it. Now let me deal with the knuckles. Okay, I think that's good. Let us see the before and the after. I think this knuckle is still showing. Let me match it. Alright, so let me reduce the opacity to like 90. I'll duplicate the layer, enter, and I will turn this to color. So here's the before and the after. Right, we've been able to fix that. Then apply portraiture like I did earlier by offing the high frequency, merge, apply portraiture, then unbar the high frequency. So that has been done through my action. If you're not here earlier, kindly check my page for a tutorial accelerating your frequency separation using portraiture. So guys, check it out. So now I'm going to mix the skin. Gently. Okay. Yeah. So I think I'm good with that. Let's see the overall before and the after. So I think that works. Okay. So this nose, I think I'll deal with it outside of. Well, let's just paint it here with brush. I'll pick brush and then I'll paint it black. Alright, so that works. Okay, that works. So I will move to the teeth and the lips and the eyeshadow. I'm going to do it in the easiest way I can. So for the teeth, let me just play my teeth brightening, and then I'll pick my brush and I'll brush on it. I love the man of Galilee, for he has done so very much for me. So that's it, is fixed. Now I'm going to reduce the opacity. Right. Then the lips and the eyeshadow, I will use hue saturation. Okay, so let's go to icon of hue saturation, and then it's going to be red, and I will increase the saturation of it, and then I will invert Control Command I. So I'll paint on the lips and the eyes, on the eyeshadow rather. So guys, let us grade the skin like I did earlier. Let me kind of use another method on this. Alright, so what we'll do in this method is we'll create an empty layer. So we'll pick brush and then select somewhere between the skin, between the highlight and the shadow. Now select somewhere. Then after doing that, this empty layer will change the blending mode to color. Then select the subject. Let me select the subject. Just go to subjects and come here, subject, select subject. So then go back to this layer and want to paint on the skin. Now I've selected this color already, and I've converted the blending mode to color. So I'll paint on it like this. So as you can see, it has changed the entire skin color. So whatever, if you don't like this color, you can pick another one. In the earlier picture, I actually used solid color, but now I used just an empty layer. Okay, so you make sure. Now this one can be tricky and it's time consuming, unlike the solid color, because if I don't like this color now, it's difficult for me to change it, but I'll use it like that. So we'll now remove it from some specific places. Now we don't want to make mistake here. Okay, so let's convert this empty layer to layer mask, and to do that I'll just enter this layer mask button. So I'm going to clean. Alright, I'm going to clean it from the highs. So this kind of, it gets messy at some point. It actually gets messy, so you have to be very, very careful while you are doing it. Yes. Okay, then the lips and the teeth, everything, I want to subtract it from there. Okay. So now all these fingernails, I'm going to subtract it. Now this way someone has to be very, very careful. Okay. And the last one here. Alright, so let me subtract it from my earring. Is it earring or earrings? Well, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Amazing God. So to me it's too much. I'm just going to reduce the opacity to like 60. Alright, like 60. Now when I'm done with this, let's go to the FS and reduce the general opacity to like 80. Alright, now let's do 90. So let's add colors now. If we add colors now, the light skin there will now pop, and there are several ways you can do that. So let's try the one that works. Let me try vibrance. I think I'm not very okay. Now let me try use saturation. I'll select the red, not the yellow, and I'll pop it. I think use saturation did a good job. Here is the before and here is the after. So I think use saturation. Now the dark part, I want to deal with it. Alright, so what I will do is levels. I'll come here to levels. Let me see if I can add a little contrast, if it makes sense. It's not really good, so let's just make it by default. So I'll come to this RGB, I'll click on red and I'll reduce it a bit, not too much. And this side, no, let me go to the RGB, then I want to like darken it from this side. There is the before and after. I think this should be under use saturation. So that is it, guys. That is it. Right, so we've been able to bring it from this to this. Now I want to deal with the edges on the hair, so I'll merge the layer. Alright, zoom it in. So I'll pick brush and I'll brush that edges so that it's not so obvious. Okay, let me sample here, and then let me put the flow to like 4. Okay, let me just strategically brush the edges. That works, right? Okay, I think that works. So guys, that is it for this model. Here's the before and here's the after. Isn't that great? Without using AI, no automation, nothing. Alright, so let's go to the next picture. Let me save this. Save, and let's go to the next picture. This fine dark skin girl. So I like this dark skin, and we might give some much more different approach to our picture. So I'll hit okay. Alright, so first thing we want to do, as usual, I think the background is good. We are good to go. Just this place. We are good to go with the background. So I will zoom it in, pick my. I think my system is freezing. Let me just clear the cache. So once we remove the blemish, now for the purpose of this tutorial, I have a plugin that can automatically remove blemish. That is how fast my retouching is. So, but I won't use it here because I say I'm going to do a manual process for everything. Not completely manual, but basically manual. Okay. So I'm just going to use spot healing to remove all the brush, all the blemishes. Can we go back to the time when this love is share baby? That was a mistake. Okay. So this part of our neck that is actually dark, what can we do? Because if I carry it to frequency separation like this, it will just do it that way. Alright, and I think I want to go back to camera raw and correct it. I can take it to camera raw, but before then, let me fix this hair. I'll pick my close stamp and I'll go and fix the hair like this. Because I want to do it in the natural way possible. If I start painting on those parts of our skin, it's, I don't know. Alright, so now to fix this dark part, because I want to fix it before I go to camera raw. Before I go to frequency separation, so let me duplicate it and I'll go to filter, camera raw filters. Let's see if anything can be done. I'll go to max. Another thing I can easily use and fix this thing, ASAP, is Capture One, but I'm not using Capture One today. Capture One will literally fix this like it's nothing, like very very fast. So I'll wait and select the skin. Facial and body skin. As you can see, it has maxed it out, and I'm going to click on create. So as it has created it, I'm going to go to shadows. Now let me pop the shadows. Is it looking good? I think it has popped the shadow a bit. Reduce the highlight. The dark no, that's not working. That is really not working. Let me brighten it more and drop the highlights. Right, so I think let me reduce the exposure. Now everything I'm doing is just going to affect the skin. It's not going to affect the entire picture because I've maxed out the skin. Okay, let's see the before and the after. At least I've been able to like brighten the skin a little. Alright, so are we okay? So these are this is one way out of many ways to actually fix some dark place in the skin. And the next thing I'm going to use is curve. Before frequency separation, I'll use curve to deal with that skin. So I'll go to curve, and then if I can click on this side and I'll increase the brightness. Okay, then Control or Command high. So I'll pick brush. I'll reduce the flow to 4. Okay, 4 is good. Opacity 100. So I will select the skin. I'll select because I want to only brighten this part of the skin. Okay, so I go to curve and I'm going to brush on this part. So I'm going to do it like this. So parts that are dark. So I think that works. Now it's looking too much, so let me see the before and the after. So I'm just going to reduce the opacity a little. Alright, so let me feather it also. Let's see the before and the after. Does that make sense? Yes, it does. Let's go to the next point. So we merge the layer. Okay, we merge the layer and then I'll go straight to frequency separation. Alright, using media, click on frequency separation, pick radius of 3 and I click okay, let me just open this FS. Then I'll correct the tone first. And to do that, I pick brush, flow 3, opacity 100. Okay, so let me just brush out the dark parts. That's too much. Right, so I will just brighten those places. Okay, so I think I'm good. Let's see the before and the after. Now let me use the opacity to 90, duplicate that layer, and the second correcting tone I'm going to turn it to color. So as you guys can see, I try to just fix all the dark part of manually. This is the before and this is the after. I've not done frequency separation. Okay, I'm in process of frequency separation, but I've not mixed it. But I've been able to deal with all those dark areas. So the next stop is portraiture, and then I had the portraiture. African Studio Sapphire, thank you, bro. Thanks for the comments. So now I've added it. Now let's mix the skin. I want this picture to look as natural as it could be. I don't want to blend the whole skin. I just want it natural. And this picture, I'm going to make sure I do dodge and burning for it. Okay. Let me just mix it a little. Just going to mix that skin subtly, not too much, not complicated. Okay, I'm I'm trying to like strategically mix it because I don't want to lose the skin's texture and I don't want to lose the colors and the pattern. I want to retain everything. Because this girl is looking good already, so there is no need plastering her face like she had an accident. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I think that is good. That works. Alright. I think that works as a before mixing and after. So these are mouth edges. Let me just adjust it. Okay, I think that's good. That's good. So let's see the before and after first. Here's the before and here's the after. Here's the before and here's the after. Let's drop the opacity to like 90. Boom. Alright. That works. So the eyes and the lips and the eye shadow, everything. How do we do that? First of all, let's deal with the teeth. Like I said, I'm going to drop teeth cleaning action this week by His grace. But in the meantime, let me use this particular action. It's actually like the process is not difficult. You have to create action to whiten your teeth and eye. But let me do this first. So let's whiten the teeth. Oh my goodness. So I'll just reduce the opacity. So for the lips and the eyeshadow, I'm going to use hue saturation. I'm going to go to reds. And I'll increase it a lot and I'll invert it by Control High, and I'll paint on the lips to make it pop. Then on the eyeshadow also. So for the eyeliner and eyebrows, I'm not even a makeup artist and I'm calling everything like that. I'll use Curve. I'm just going to like darken it. Control High. So I paint on the eyeshadow. As you can see, it's too much, but just hold on and watch. Just here a little. So now reduce the opacity. Alright, let me brush it here. After doing that, you click on inside the layer marks and you feather it. Alright, you feather it. Here's the before and here's the after. feather it more, then reduce the opacity. The high also I think is too much, so I'll just drop the opacity. So let's see the overall before and the after. So now this girl is a dark skin and I want to give her a dark skin color grading. I have a lot for brown skin, but I don't want it black, I want it to be dark. So let's see what we can do as regards that. So I'm going to pick solid color. Before I go there, let me select one nice place in my skin. So I'll go here and select solid color. I'll hit enter. I'll go to the blending mode. I'll bring it to colors and I will invert it. Oh, my bad. Did it? Let me just do that again. Solid color, press OK, blending mode, color. Then you come to the layer marks, then you invert it. So let me select the subject. And I'll come to layer marks and paint it on this part. So I don't know if this color works, but let me see. We're trying to achieve a dark skin here. A dark skin, and this blush and the contour and everything, I still want it to show. So let me clean it off the eyes and the eyebrows and everything.
I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. Yeah. You ain't see me activated. You better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how
now we have a bit of an issue here. The edges of this skin tone is still obvious here, so I will brush it in more. Like I said, we're fixing this manually. No AI, no automation. So let me clean it off the lips. And of course the nose tree. So now I've painted it dark, so I will reduce the opacity. I think 60 is good. Here is the before and after. So now the color grading has cleaned off the blushes and the contour, and if you leave it like this, the makeup artist will not be happy with you. So let's reduce to like 40, and we are going to still use vibrance to pop it out back. And then to do that, I'm going to bring out vibrance. All right, then let's see if vibrance work. Let's see the overall before and the after. So vibrance did a little good job. So let's see hue saturation and then reds. Does that look good? Yes, it does, but I'm still not getting that dark skin tone I'm looking for, and I don't want to use skin lots. Alright, so I think I might not use this hue saturation. this color grading, let's see if we can see tweak it a little. All right, I think it's making sense this way. And let me hit okay. So here's the before and the after. So it's kind of looking good if we look at it very well. All right, so what I will do is I will use the hue saturation to pop out the blushes and contour. Okay, so let's bring in the hue saturation, and then I will increase it, and I will convert it. I will invert it, sorry, and I'll pick my brush. The flow should be 4, opacity 100, and I'm going to paint on this blush so that it's going to increase it. Then this eyeshadow, and of course these lips. Okay, so now it's too much, it's looking too much. So let me bright feather it. Alright, I will put it under the vibrance, and let's see the saturation a bit. That's too much. So what do you guys think about this? Here's the before and here's the after. So thank you so much, Dolapo. Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to think I'm good with the vibrance. I'm looking at how we can further tweak it in a way that she looks more darker, and I don't want to put skin lots. Here's the before and here's the after. How do we do that? Let me reduce the opacity of this hue saturation a little so that it looks more natural. So I think we are good. I think we are good. Let's bring another vibrance and see if we can reduce it. No. On the skin, we could actually reduce the saturation on the skin. So if I go here and I select skin here, and let me deselect it first. I'll delete this vibrance at the top. So if I come to the skin and I select the skin, I could bring up vibrance on top, and I will desaturate it a little. So you kind of give it that, you give it that greenish, that darkish thing. So you make it dark a little, and these edges here, let me ensure the color grading gets there, because I feel these edges are looking different. Alright, so guys, what do you think? Do you think we have done justice to this dark skinned girl, or we have done injustice to her? Before and the after. Before and after. So what do you guys think? I think I'm good. I don't want to do further, because doing further might mean doing too much. Alright, now the next thing we can do is to dodge and burn. Okay, so let me add dodge and burn curve. I open the dodge and burn here. So let me start with burn. I'll pick brush. think I like this global dodging and burning. At least it's way easier than the micro. Because that micro, try. So I'll just going to now let me pick on burn, dodge, and this side I'm just going to like brighten on this side. Brighten here, burn here. There's one stubborn highlight here. Dodge here. Now it's too much, but let me hold this L player. So let us see the before and the after. Alright, so to me it's looking too much, so I will just reduce the opacity. Here's the before and here's the after. Now this highlight here, I think is FS. I'm going to go back to fix it. I'm going to pick my mixer brush, and this funny highlight here, I have to deal with it here. Yeah. Oh my Cinderella, Jojo Barrow, I be your umbrella. Okay, so guys, I think I'm good with this. So here is the before and here is the after. So let me save this picture, and then let's go to the last one, which is this dark skin. Now this one will be a bit problematic, but then we'll fix it. First thing first. Let me crop. Okay, let me just crop because I don't want this underwear to show. Okay, I think that's good. We press enter. Then zoom in. Okay. Okay, so let's do this one. Let's do this F first. Okay. Let me carry this out. Okay, I think I'll fix the hair and the edges. This small white spots, but let me just fix all these guys here. Okay, that works. So how do we fix these shadows on her neck and this whole thing? So let me use the method I use for this. Alright, let me use the same method. So I'll use curve, and then I'll pick these two. The darker part, I'm just going to like brighten it. Right. Oh, my bad. The brighter part, we can reduce it, but not too much. Let's invert it, Control Command high. So I pick brush. I think 4 is okay. Now I have to select subject so that I don't paint outside of. I don't paint on the background. So I'll go to the curve and I'll paint on it. Yeah. Okay, so here is the before and here is the after. Alright, so I'll just reduce the opacity a little and I think I'm good. Alright, then let's go straight to frequency separation. I'll merge layer, Shift, Control, Alt E. Then I'll play this media, radius 3. Now hit OK. Open this FS and I'll go to correcting tones. I'll pick my brush and I will sample brighter part and work on this side. This picture is this beauty is a bit tricky, okay? I'm just going to paint on the darker parts to make it to be bright. If you guys can see the screen well and hear me, please let me know, because I don't know, maybe my network is bad, maybe the buffering or streaming is slow. If it's slow or anything, please just let me know. Before and after, let's reduce the opacity. So let me duplicate this layer and I'll turn the second one to color. Okay, so we're good with that. We're good. Now I'm going to add portraiture. Like I said earlier, you guys can check my earlier video where I talk about to use portraiture to accelerate your frequency separation process. Okay, so I'll just click on this my action that I gave out, then I'm going to apply portraiture. So the next thing is to mix the skin, and I'm going to be a bit aggressive with this. Reason being that the skin is a bit problematic, and when you see a problem you become aggressive. I don't know about you, but that's it for me. So let's start mixing. In fact, another method of mixing skin is mixing it on an empty layer, and that is even much more aggressive, but let me not go that much. It's not that deep. Okay. Wow, now look at the skin, and that was because I became aggressive with it. Okay, here is the before and here is the after. I don't plaster this skin. Okay, here's the before and here's the after. So what do you guys think? So I think I'm good, Abby. Now this FS, we are going to reduce the opacity. Let me do 80, so that at least it looks natural a little. So in color grading this, let me do something a bit different after the last picture. Alright, this eye to me is actually okay. No need to whiten it further. So I'm just going to use this I'm going to use this magical skin. Then I'm going to select the skin. Sorry, select subject. Then I'll paint on it. Opacity 100, flow 100. I'm going to paint on the skin. Alright. I think this method is way faster, and that's because it's what the action is already on the plugin. Okay, so I've painted it on the skin. So let me make it a dark skin. I want to make it dark skin. Let me increase the opacity of this skin tone. So I want to make it dark. Let me select some part of her face. think it's not dark. Yeah, it's chocolate like this. I'll copy this. Control. I'll copy this figure and I'll apply it on the second one also. Then I'll click OK. So here is the before and here is the after. Now it has make it like that dark skin kind of a thing. So if we add, let's add curve here first, levels, sorry, and then let's give it some contrast on these levels. Let me see first contrast. I think I like this. Then let me put some vibrance. So I think I like this, right? I feel the skin is not popping enough. Let me open this skin tone that we did and put vibrance inside of it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. So let me see the overall before and after. There is one huge transformation, right? Now I want to liquefy this picture. This air, I want it to be balanced. Let me go to filter, liquefy. So I'll just adjust it so that it looks good, kind of. Let me enter, press OK. Then this upside, I'm going to fix it. Right, so I think I'm good with this picture also. Let me just save it. So guys, that is how I did 5 beauty pictures in less than 2 hours, right? Yeah, less than 2 hours without using any plugin. This is my first model, second model, my third model, my fourth model, and my last model. So that is that. I'm waiting like 2, 3, 5 minutes for anyone that has a question. Any question on it, I'm going to answer before we end the live stream. And you can still share this link of this video because it's still going to be on my page so that anybody can watch it after. So that's it. So like I said, I have plugins I could use to color grade them and make them make the process faster. But I said I was going to do manual process, alright? Was any plugin I didn't release, I should not use it. Right? So that is it. Alright, since there is no question, this is 9 o'clock. We've done 2 hours. Less than 2 hours actually. Less than 2 hours. Okay. So thank you everyone for joining. I had a good time, and I don't know about you. I'm sure you guys will have a good time. Yeah. So thank you everyone. Thank you African Studio Dolapo. And for that people that joined that didn't comment, that's okay. I assume that everything we did was clear and understandable. I assume that. Alright, so we have to go now. I'm ending the live stream. I appreciate the next live stream is going to be communicated, but it's going to happen often. Alright. Thank you everyone. Good night.